What a save. What a save. What a save. What a save. Let's have another look at that, please, Mr. Edits. Have another look at that. Watch this. Watch this now. Boom! What a save. What a save. Can you imagine if it was 1-0? Wow, it's 2-0. And we really are coming up to the end of it. And there you go. Game over. What a match. That last 30 minutes plus. Mega. We're into the post-game right now. We'll get up with the scores. We'll get up with the table. Get up with the man of the match. But I tell you what a bloody match. What a bloody match. And all the Millwall fans in here today, big up to you. Big up to you, Millwall fans. I tell you what, you were class act. Class act. Loved every minute of it. Sign up in here. Get ready for the next watch along and pre-game at this channel. Sign up. You'll be here for the next game, and that's coming off at the Stoke K-Raz. Boom, 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 on the day. I got to be joyful now. 3 points. First win. Wrexham 4 points on the season. I tell you what, that's exactly what we needed. I'm going to refresh it because it's getting exciting time. Wrexham are up to 15th at the moment in the table. Looking a lot better, sitting on 4 points. But I tell you what, looking at the bottom three, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford and Derby in the bottom three. Derby coming up for Wrexham soon and Norwich. But this game here, looking at it, a beautiful scene at the Den. Great crowd, really passionate crowd. Millwall fans gone out of the ground, disappointed naturally. Wrexham fans still been in the ground, held in the ground, safety reasons. They keep you behind a couple of minutes for your own safety. But Phil Parkinson walking up and down, absolutely loving it. I'm going in the chat right now. Wow, what a finish to that game. What a finish to that game. What a great game is what I'm saying. But I tell you, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And all the good things. Callum Doyle came in, had his time. Everybody played their part. Millwall pushed Wrexham all the bloody way. I tell you what, give Millwall some credit in this match. They pushed it. They got so close. Right at the death, injury to Danny Ward. You got Arthur Okonkwo coming in, freezing cold goalkeeper into a red-hot match. Makes the hand of God style save, because that's a proper hand of God, not that thing that happened in Argentina. Boom! Hand of God. Bang! Down there, Arthur Okonkwo, brilliant save. And that's no knock against Argentina in the World Cup. That's just saying that there, bang, that's the hand of God coming down. Arthur Okonkwo, did he just solidify himself as a starter again? Is Danny Ward going to be injured for some time? Does Callum Burton now step up as number 2? Things that are going to happen, you'll hear about in the pre-game next. But I tell you what a match. If you're not up and you're not happy about that, Wrexham fans are on their feet, loving this right now. Absolutely fantastic game of football. Absolutely brilliant. Wow. And remember, I said you got to enjoy those nervy battles. This was one of the best nervy battles I've seen in a long while. You know why? It's Championship football. It's not National League. It's not League One. It's not League Two. No, it's Championship. The quality is a lot harder up here. It's a lot tougher. The silk is silk. There's no mud. It's just beautiful grass. Yeah, it's the top league apart from Premier League. But this was one of the best battles of attrition with quality that I've seen in a long while. It was real entertainment. Looking at the scene at the Den. Wow. Absolutely wonderful. Stats on the day. 60% possession Millwall, 39% Wrexham. 21 shots Millwall, 6 Wrexham. 2 on target Millwall, 3 Wrexham. 9 tackles, 1 for Millwall, 11 Wrexham. I tell you what, blocks 5 for Wrexham on the day, only 1 Millwall. Passing percentages, 79% passing for Millwall, was 81 in the first, 72% Wrexham. Obviously, a battle like this, the passing is not going to be perfect. Fouls, 10-13 in favour of Wrexham. Yellow cards, 3-1 in favour of Wrexham. Bad boys Wrexham on the day, picking up 3 yellow cards. Again, like I say, possession, 60% possession Millwall. Register that. But the game itself, back and forward, did you enjoy it? I hope you did. There's going to be a few more like this. And the gelling situation with Wrexham that we've talked about for quite a few games now, the gelling situation, what do you think now? It's slowly come into place, hasn't it? It's slowly come into place. But now it looks like it's come into place. And they're battling with a certain a certain style. You've seen that style with Parky's play before. And those that were knocking Parky before, they're not going to be knocking Parky at all. And please spare a word for Wrexham and the win today, because that was a statement. That was a statement. That was a statement. When you've got Millwall firing as they can, and they're just coming up short, as I said earlier in the match, that sometimes you meet a team that's real quality. And no matter what you do, you don't have any joy on the day. And that's what happened here today. And sacrificing, Kiefer Moore sacrifices his face for the first one. Good man, good man. And we also get an injury to Danny Ward too. So it hasn't been easy. And I said it was going to be a physical battle. And that's exactly what we had. The difference on the day was a slight bit of luck and quality getting the ball in the net. And if you look at both goals, they're both very similar to the left side of the goal, where the keeper really hasn't done too much wrong. But Crammer would certainly love to have that goal back. Take a look at highlights. Number 4, Crammer Millwall. He'd love to have read that play better and not been staring or watching the men, or watching the ball. Back into the chat. Just looking up here right now. Pickle Kisser, I predicted 2-1 for Wrexham. We're doing better than expected. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. 2-0 is absolutely beautiful. Di Humphries, thanks, Stevie. Thank you, Di. Billy Nedwell, great stream, Steve. Thank you, man. Good luck for the rest of the season, except February next year. Absolutely come back for that post-game and that pre-game and that watch-along. I expect you to, Billy. Absolutely. Have a great night. Tio Leo, you know what I mean. Bem-vindo from Brazil. Brazil. Tio Leo from Brazil. Kent Gulliford, yes, thanks. Soccer God, as it went in. Ghostface, one more time. One more time. Give me a second. The chat is going like berserkers here. I can hardly keep up with this at the moment. Hold on. I will. Here we go. Game over. Come on, you Reds. Yes, that's Phil J. Weston. Thank you, Phil. Di Humphries. See you next time. Absolutely. Kay. Looks like a beautiful Polish flag. Wrexham family. Absolutely. Martin BKN. Arthur, the man. I tell you, that save was just fantastic, wasn't it, eh? Ghostface, where has this Wrexham been throughout this early start of the season? They're just gelling, bruv. They're just gelling. They're getting ready. They just showed you a little sign of what they can deliver. And that was on the road. That was a complete game performance by Wrexham. I got to tell you, you can't go on the road and own. You can't go on the road and own the host. You go on the road and you battle through the first 15. You ride into it. You get into the game. You make your statements in the game. We've got the goal, gets us up, boom, boom, boom. And the second goal seals it. It was a fantastic game. Remember, I did say keep in the game and maybe get something late. We did get something late, but Wrexham were in the game all the way through Kiefer Moore. And like I say, one more time, Millwall, big respect to Millwall. They did not fade. They kept going. The pressure's on Millwall and Alex Neil right now, but I tell you what, they didn't play bad. And nobody at Millwall, no Millwall fan can say that you played badly. Not a chance. There's the final third, that little bit of quality that was missing, and that's it. And Bender maybe could be called out for one of the goals, and Kramer maybe for the other, or Kramer. But it's little mistakes. And like I said, little mistakes at this level, that's what costs you matches. And that's what it is. Into the chat again. Gregory Ward. Agree with Billy, Steve. Nice one. Thanks. Good luck. Absolutely, Gregory. Cheers, matey. Kent Gulliford. I can't wait for the Hillites. Absolutely. Grim plays. Giving a new team time to gel and time to get to know each other's style and traits works wonders. Perfectly said, my friend. Perfectly said. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to talk about the games coming up briefly as well, the table and the scores as well. Kevin Potts. Kevin, how you doing, my friend? Wrexham 2-0 final score. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Luke Thompson. Nice. Nice one, Luke. See you as well. Phil Thompson. Massive result. This season starts here. Rode our luck a bit, but good defending too. Hope Danny ain't too bad. Likewise, mate. Great points. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully the season is underway now. Hey, you got a win under your belt. Get that win. Get the confidence going. That's 2 wins back-to-back when you consider Preston midweek. Yeah, 5 goals to 2 in the process. You can't do much better than that. Luke Thompson, Arthur is a legend. If he can get over this little nervous bump, I think he is long-term solution. He is. He totally is. Bringing in Danny Ward was like bringing in a big brother, a bit of an experience move, an experienced keeper to shed that experience with the younger keepers. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we got. And I'm thinking to myself as well, when we bought Arthur, and remember, that was quite the deal to get it over the line as well. But when we brought Arthur, it was with him at Wrexham because that number one spot is there. And through League One, League Two, he was, right? So it's kind of interesting for Danny to come in, but I think that it gives us more experience in the goalkeeping core. And Danny can give so much tips and experience to the younger keepers. So that's why I think he's there. Absolutely. But yeah, Arthur is a legend. And if he gets over that nervous bump, he's a long-term solution. D. Scott 6629. I'm rather amazed at Wrexham's win today. What a result. It will be a real boost in confidence. Absolutely. That's really how it feels. It's a case of you so expected Millwall to pop one in at any given minute throughout the game and then start to get into the game. They were there so close, Millwall, at the start. The first 15 minutes, they should have been 1-0 up. They really should have been 1-0 up. But they weren't. And that quality in the finish really wasn't there today. When Coburn and Ivanovic and the rest of the gang and Imaku start to hit form and start to sizzle in goals, it'll make a whole big difference for Millwall. I'm not worried for Millwall at all. They'll bounce, but again, it was a surprise that the 2-0 came along. I was looking for a draw as a good result. I also said to steal the win would be fantastic. We counter-attacked it all the way through, as we do. We've won a game that maybe Millwall should feel they get something out of, maybe the draw. But at the end of the day, you only get what you put into this. The bucket is half full if you only fill it halfway. If you want to fill it to the top, do so. Get something out of it. But literally, what a result. Going into Chris Cavlin, fantastic result. Momentum earlier than expected in this season. I have to agree with that. Yes, momentum earlier than expected. You can see over the last few games, Wrexham's been moving and the momentum's been picking up. People have been gelling. People are looking for each other. People are enjoying each other's pleasure. And literally, side by side, you can see literal chemistry forming through the team. The way you can drop Callum Doyle to the bench and bring in Lewis Brunt seamlessly gives you one example of how this team is literally cementing and gelling. Kiefer Moore upstairs. Lewis O'Brien was busy today as well, yeah? Even George Dobson had a decent game as well today for the whole game. He didn't fade away. So there's a lot of good pluses. And as we get ready out of the preseason, which I didn't think was the best preseason, I'm just saying, but as we get ready through this season and we start to get intensive training, you're going to see the team get better. And give Phil credit. That's 10 players coming in and he's doing exactly what he did in League One, League Two, and the National League. He's doing it again and again. So let's see where we finish. But again, right now, as we're gelling, I'm saying we're the 13 to 18 club. We were in the 19 to 24 club, which is a relegation battle. But as we sit right now, we're in the 13 to 18 club, which is as you're gelling slowly. We're right on track. We're right on track with where we are and where I thought we would be. Going back into the chat, Martin BQN, it does not harm a player to know they can be replaced. Good call by Phil. Absolutely. I'm going to read that again. It does not harm a player to know they can be replaced. Fantastic point, mates. Fantastic. Martin BQN, good call by Phil. Absolutely. Dave Chamberlain. David, how you doing, my friend? Well done, Wrexham. Absolutely, absolutely. Great win. Great to see you, David. Remember, like, subscribe, join the family, and be here every game. Grim Plays, now to QPR, who just won their game against Charlton. Absolutely. QPR is going to be a tricky one at Stoke Keras. Remember, they did get smashed 7-1. That was against Coventry. But since then, I did say there would be a rebound of QPR. There has been. Expect a tough opponents, a tricky opponents coming in next week. Because they conceded 7 goals against Coventry doesn't mean that's going to happen again anytime soon. Free puck show. It was a boring first half, but we got it done in the end. Absolutely. As soon as the 60-minute came along, I really felt, yes, now the game is going to change. The 58th minute, to be frank, when the goal went in, when Kiefer gets the goal, changed the complexion of the game. You saw Millwall then double up on everything they did. Try through the kitchen sink and everything else possible. It just didn't happen. But give them credit. They never stopped. And that's the sign of an Alex Neil team. They're not allowed to quit. They will keep going. That's a sign of the Lions as well. Millwall will not quit. They never quit. They keep coming. No matter what they do, they never quit. Even when they went 2-0 down, boom, they're still ready to keep going. And the hand saved there by Arthur, right at the death. Like I say, a cold goalie coming into a red-hot game, and he turned it on fire right there and then. Brilliant save, brilliant save. When he looks at the highlight reel, indeed, when I look at that highlight reel, wow, that was probably the most exciting moment of the match for me, simply because of this angle. We're 2-0 up, yeah, but that save keeps it 2-0. And it was an amazing save. Like, Arthur's pulled off some worldy saves in the last couple of seasons. We've all seen them. If Danny gets hurt, we're okay. We've got good goalkeeping, great hands, and Callum Burton as well. D. Scott 66-29. I asked this when the match began, but I'll ask it again. Do we know why Nathan Broadhead wasn't on the squad today? Absolutely haven't found out anything yet, mate. Haven't found out anything. What could it be? Let's speculate. Let's get some social media, some alarm going. What could it be? Could it be a minor strain? Possibility. When you're upping the training and the quality of the playing core goes higher, sometimes in training, and coaches love this, sometimes the training gets a little bit bitey where the tackles fly because you've raised the bar. And if you have training at a high level, very intense, it reflects itself when the team gets on the field, the park, the pitch to play. So I'm saying he may have a slight knock, possibility. The worst case scenario is that there's been a little bit of an injury that they don't want to talk about. I don't think so, because you have to report injuries within 24 hours. Hence, that's why it hits the news very quickly. So to me, it's a slight knock. The other thing is has there been a fallout somewhere personally? Is there a disagreement? I doubt that very much. So I'd sort of look to the angle that maybe there's a slight knock there, and that's really all it's going to be. Hopefully, nothing more. I don't see a fallout. Anyway, looking at the table, let me have a quick swig, guys. But I hope you enjoyed it again today. I hope you did. And listen, once you're in here, your family, you got to subscribe. You can't watch for free. It's like I say, pay for your ticket. Pay for your ticket. If you're here for the first time, please pay for your ticket. I hear a lot of podcasters and they say, 92% of people watching don't even like the video, but they watch it. 92% of those people don't even subscribe to it. I find that quite funny. It's true. It's true. And it does present, like, I see the analytics behind the curtain here. And some of those numbers, not that high, but some of those numbers do ring true in a way here too. So I say please and thank you and lovely. If you like being here, remember to like, subscribe, be part of the family. Because you're not a subscriber. You're part of the family. Anywho, looking at the top 6 so far after play today, you got to say, Middlesbrough sitting very handily. 4 wins back-to-back, 7 goals scored, 1 against, +6 on 12. Looked like it's going to be a good season for Middlesbrough. Can it continue? In second, West Brom, who beat Wrexham 3-2. Remember? In second on 10 points. Haven't lost a game. 3 wins, 1 draw. Looking good, as we said in the pregame. Stoke City, who were first? No. I said it wouldn't last. And the Stokies watching right now, you in Stoke right now, big football leading fan, Nick King in Stoke. I told you it wouldn't last, and it hasn't. Leicester City on 9 points in fourth. A loss and 3 wins on the season so far. Looks like Leicester are going to do what they do. Yo-yo. Buy yourself a yo-yo, Leicester fans. You're probably looking like you may well be going back to the Premier League. Yeah, Leicester, a lot of talent, good enough to get back there, and they probably will yo-yo back to the Premier League. and get relegated again. Coventry City in 5th look like they're going to go through the playoffs again for me. Frank Lampard should have had a win today, get the draw 2-2 on the road, but hey, it is what it is. Bristol City, the Robins, well done to the Robins, topping out your top 6. Swansea from Wales in 7th, and Wrexham from Wales in 15th. Southampton are in 13th. Bottom 3, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield United, no points. Sheffield Wednesday, 1 point. Oxford United, 1 point. And just above that, Derby County on 2 points. Ipswich Town on 3. It's not going Ipswich's way this season. Let's have a look at the scores on the doors as we look at them. Like I say, who was your man of the match? Let me know who your man of the match is. We're going back into the chat here real soon as well. But who's your man of the match? Excuse me. Scores on the doors. 1 last time. Leicester City 2, Birmingham 0. Good for Leicester. Stoke City lose to West Brom. West Brom climb above. Stoke City in 3rd. West Brom go to 2nd. QPR 3-1 at Charlton. QPR coming to Wrexham. Stoke Keras next match. Get ready for that. Middlesbrough 1-0. Just 1-0. That's all it needs to be. 1 goal, 3 points in the bag. 4 out of 4. 4 wins back-to-back. Middlesbrough sitting on top. Oxford 2-2 with Coventry. Like I say, Frank Lampard's boys didn't get it done. Wanted to get it done, but big up to Oxford for fighting for their bloody lives. Bristol City, Robins 4-2 on the day over Hull City. Big win there for the Robins. Ipswich Town 2-2 with Derby County. Wasn't a loss at all. Looked like a loss for Ipswich. Ended up a draw. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Swansea 2. Millwall on the road. Another club, another Welsh club, another 2-0 win. Funny how the 2 Welsh clubs win 2-0 on the day. Blackburn 0, Norwich City 2. Obviously, Josh Sargent gets both goals for Norwich. Portsmouth 1, Preston 0, and Watford 2-2 on the day. Now, one thing I want to check out is where... 1 second. There we go. Saturday. Next Saturday is the Wrexham match. Next Thursday, I'm going to do the pre-game. Let me know if you want me to do pre-games live or if you want pre-recorded. If they're pre-recorded, I can put all the pictures and images and things in there. If it's live, bang, it's from the hip. It's you in the chat, me at the mic, and we discuss what's coming through the chat on the board, what I've collated about both teams, and what you want to hear. Into the chat right now. DD Scott 6629. Well, I'm out. I'll be back to watch the post-game later on, Stevie. Buddy, have a great day. Have a great day. Into Chris Cavlin. Only 3 other teams have scored more goals than Wrexham so far. I was looking at that the other day. We've been scoring goals and we have been conceding goals, but we brought a big defensive game today. Absolutely huge defensive game. Even lose the keeper, as you saw, Chris, and it finishes. It finishes 2-0 on the day. But I've been watching. We have been scoring. And some of the teams up at the top of the table, let's look at 1 or 2 of them right now. Wrexham's got 7 goals, 7 against, okay? Looking at the top 6, we've scored the same amount of Millwall. Middlesbrough scored 7. West Brom scored 6. Stoke have scored 8. Leicester have scored 6. Coventry have scored 14. Unbelievable. And Bristol City 9. So we're right in there. We've been scoring. When I look at the point when you're scoring goals, it gives you confidence, gives you hope that, yes, you're going to pick up points and the season's not going to be a blowout. A tough season is what I predicted, and you all know that. A tough season is what it's going to be because you can't be easy in the Championship. You've got to work for every point in every game. But we're in this, and the signs are very good for Wrexham. The gelling has begun. The camaraderie, that cement, the oil in the engine, it's at the right temperature right now. Parky's got this thing cooking lovely. It's like a big V8 just purring. Vroom, vroom. He's got it really balanced. And I'm looking for things to get better as we move forward. But yeah, only 3 other teams have scored more than Wrexham. Chris says also, and now lead the entire table in big chances created. Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of big pluses and great points, Chris. Great points, man. You all bring great points, so keep bringing the great points. It's about bringing information so everybody gets to hear it. No matter what the source, we all share it. Family, absolute family. Calamity Jana, how you doing? Hey, I told everybody in the pregame about what you said. that you went to another channel because you couldn't get on. Remember, I lost the channel last week because it got blacked out for some strange reason. I came in, your iPad couldn't get back, you couldn't find me, yada, yada, yada. You went elsewhere, you watched another channel, and you didn't feel like you were part of the family because there was no family there. And as I said, if the host takes no time for the most important part of the show, you, then why are you there? If he doesn't or she doesn't make you feel solid, connected, one, why are you there? Go to where you feel good. Go to where you're welcomed. You're welcomed here every time. And like you know, it's no BS. I love seeing what you guys do. You really pick it up. Like, for instance, Chris Cavellin, just there, 2 points. All the other people that write in here, the points that you bring are massive. And it makes this show, it makes the game, the watch-along, so much more pretty, so much more knowledgeable, so much more perfectamente. Like I said many times, it is not about me. It's about us. And that's what makes this so much fun. It really does. Into the chat one more time. Calamity Jane says, hello, out of town for Dad's 84th. Wow, Dad's 84th birthday. Wish Dad happy birthday. Wish Dad happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. Calamity Jane is Dad. Happy birthday, my man. Big up to you. Let's get to 85 and many, 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 many more. You got a wonderful, wonderful person in your life right here. Happy birthday. So 84. And I was secretly watching. I've got to slow down. Hello, out of town for my dad's 84th. I was secretly watching here and there on P Plus during birthday brunch until I got busted. Gonna watch replay. Wanted to say hi to the family. Hi, Calamity Jana. Hi, Jana. Beautiful. Everybody say hi to Jana when you get a chance. Thanks, Stevie. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. But no, I'm going to say, I want to see where things happen for us right now. On the balance of play today, great show, great chat, great match, great fans from Millwall as well. Things are looking good. Things are looking good. 4 points. We are literally, if you want to know it, we're 4 points out of the top 6, okay? 4 points out of the top 6. We're 3 points clear of relegation. So that should give you heart. So literally giving ourselves a win buffer between us and the bottom 3. So everything we add to it now just literally pushes us closer. And remember, we're gelling slowly, gelling nicely right now. But I could say we're in the 13 to 18 club, 13th position to 18th position, 13 to 18 club. That's where we are right now. That's where we'll be comfortable. Back in 1978, we finished in 15th with 12 wins, 14 draws, and 16 losses on the season, yeah? So just saying, 15th is a safe place to be, going back in historical terms, and history does repeat itself, remember. So right now, we're in a great place. 15th in the league. 4 points, 3 points clear of relegation. And we're still close to getting to mid-table. Let me have a swig. I'm going to remind you of what's coming up next. QPR at home next weekend. That's the 13th. It's going to be a tough game. But the next 5, which was starting, that I talked about on the pregame, started with Millwall. We got a win at Millwall where really, honestly, a point would have been very good. 3 points at Millwall. Have yourself a couple of beers tonight because that's got to make you feel good. Or up the T ratio. Because that there, the first of 5 matches, Millwall, I didn't think we were going to get the win. Especially with Millwall losing their first match of the season against Middlesbrough, 3-0. They now lose their second match of the season at home, 2-0, but can't stop winning on the road. Interesting for Millwall. Great for us. But I'm going to say, the Millwall, it shouldn't have been a win in my book. I'm ecstatic. Next up is QPR. Going to be tough. You could look at that and say, start line a point. I'm looking for a point there, but it should be a win because good things happen at Wrexham when goals are in Wrexham at home. Then it's Norwich on the road. Remember, Josh Sargent, the American, coming up. And then Derby County after that at Stoke Keras. Relegation team. That's a match. Derby County is a match that's going to be very, very difficult to navigate. But that's a team we definitely don't want to lose. That's a 6-point match against Derby coming up. And that's a match we have to get something out of. And again, it's at home. And goals, Wrexham are made of goals at home. And then the final game out of that 5 games is Leicester City on the road. Interesting. First one, difficult match, navigated perfectly. Great defensive performance, great counter-attacking. Substitutions, I have to say Phil got the substitutions right as well. Absolutely got the substitutions right as well. All the big players stepped it up. So again, today, great performance on the road, big performance, and that's the kind of performance we need to see every single time we put a foot on the field, whether it's home or away. You're going to see a methodical system to Phil's team moving forward as it develops. You're going to see it gel together and come together even more. They're going to be looking way more professional in about 5 games' time than we have been in the first 4 matches. I'm telling you now, you're going to see this machine start to come together. And when it does finally come together, it does give you those shades of teams that were started bad and finished well. That's Wrexham's DNA. In the last 4 years, we haven't started great, but we finished like a bloody freight train. And every time we finished the season, every league, just look what happens in history in the last 3 years, especially. We didn't start great, but we finished like a freight train. Going back into the chat there, Chris Cavlin, Grim Plays, first of all, and Calamity Jana, thanks, Stevie. And again, big happy birthday to your dad. Let him know, big love, 85 and many more. Grim Plays, we're going to lose some games, but I really hope we don't get people claiming it's the end of the world and need a new manager after those games. We need to back and support Parky during those times. Those times will come. They absolutely will. Brilliant point. Chris Cavlin says, here, Grim. Calamity Jana, absolutely agree, Grim. Chris Cavlin, hi, Jana. Calamity Jana, thanks, Chris. Grim Plays, yeah, thanks both. Brilliant. Yeah, no, totally. There will be times where, let's face it, you get the win today where you're feeling that maybe you shouldn't. And on the reflection of play, I'd say I'd have been happy with the draw because we were defending more than attacking. But when we did attack, it was 2 moments of quality, put the ball in the back of the net. And the second one was a bit of a shocker. Like I say, I'm not expecting him to get onto that. And when it goes in, I'm like, holy bloody moly. It's 2-0. I'm like, wow. A game that we should not be getting in, we're literally taking and running with. And we took it. And like I say, no disrespect to Millwall. They gave everything they bloody could. They really did. Pickle Kisser. Got a split, but thank you so much for another amazing watch along. What a match. Cannot wait for next week. Thank you, Stevie. Big up to you, Pickle Kisser. Have a great weekend. Wear this one. Everybody wear this one. I tell you what, I'm going to wear this one for at least a week. At least a week. I was buzzing for this game. I know I'm going to be buzzing for the next match. I tell you, I really am. I was so buzzing for this game. And look at the way it finished. And look at the smile it puts on your face and this face and how we feel. And I got to say, it's massive. It's massive. It's massive. It really is. I'm left with a situation where all the worries and all the concerns that we've had recently and some of the great points that you guys have brought today, yeah? And I love the one thing as well, the continual love for Parky and support for Parky. I got to tell you, that's got to continue because no one's calling for his head here. Not at all. And we never did. We can critique the substitutions early on in and ask for legs and this, that, and the other and guide things around, but nobody's running Parky down like the man's doing a phenomenal job. You don't get to stay in the 61, 62% winning record ratio with a club after 4 years if you're a dud coach. If you're a top coach, that's the numbers. And as noticed, from National League, League One, League Two, into Championship, not too much has changed, has it? Have you noticed? Not too much has changed. It's stayed the same. If this continual rise to fame continues for Wrexham, it does speculate where we could finish in a couple of years' time. if indeed this team does step up eventually, and I'm not saying this year, but if indeed it does, just look how it has been manipulated and managed over those 4 years seamlessly and perfectly in every department. It does make you want to dream a little, doesn't it? It does for me. And when you see something created as it has been, inclusive the Welcome to Wrexham show as well, which has brought many brilliant fans into the forum as well. That whole family of management that they've got within Wrexham upstairs, it's not just about money. It's like I told you about a year ago. It's about the American ability with big boobs and apple pie, baby. They know how to promote everything. They know how to get you across the line. If you're trying to bet a sport, they'll make you listen and show you the plan. It's up to you whether you jump on board. We all jumped on board years ago before this even existed as fans of the club. This new era of the club, the way it's been cemented around the world, is absolutely fantastic. Who doesn't want to have a family right around the world where we're all connected by one little ball, one club, and one love? I can't think of a better story in football, like I keep saying. But as we move to the future, allow yourself to maybe dream a little into the future. And with all the great quotes, comments, thoughts that come through here, I know I'm sitting with a lot of people that know exactly how this club is moving. And your brilliance in the chat, I'm telling you, seriously, it really impresses me at times. And it makes me realize I'm sitting with the right people in this family. I hope you do too. I hope you do too. I have a feeling I know you do. But you're sitting with the right people week to week for this match, this club, and this love, and this journey that we continue to be on. So with Parky, in Parky we trust. He's doing a great job. Into the chats. Calamity Jane, Grim, every time we lose, everyone forgets Parky made history, and it's Parky out. Drives me nuts. Get a grip. It's football. Happens. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big point. Grim plays. Calamity Jane, exactly. Calamity Jane, hit the nail on the head, Stevie. Every year, very similar. It is. It really is. It's totally similar. You can't really look at a club like Wrexham and look at any other club to have done what we've done. I mean, what we have done, I'm not making you suck eggs. You know we've made history. But it's what that feels like. It's really what that feels like. You know, I'll take you back 5 years ago. This, what's happening? I'm in a dream. I haven't woke up. 5 years ago, this was not possible. 10 years ago, you could probably have wrote a soccer comic because it would have been fiction. It wasn't reality. We didn't have the money. The town was always the town. And that's the heartthrob of the club as well. The people of the town of Wrexham and around Northern Wales. That's the heartthrob of the club when you're looking through history. And through now, like I say, we got this family right around the world. And financially, better than ever. We just threw out 30 million plus on players. Look at the differences made to our fortunes right now. We got our first win in the championship since 43 years. History repeating itself. We will, I presume, in this season get more than 12 wins, though. That's one thing I do look for. Because as this team gets going and starts climbing the table, I really feel we'll start to become a strong championship club. I don't look to stay within the 19 to 24 club. I look for the 13 to 18 club to then turn, if the progression continues, whereby we sit mid-table and start pushing higher. But again, I'm going to utter caution. Don't look for a promotion this season. If it were to happen, it would only be a playoff spot. And I'm not going to tell you we're going there because that's just a number 2 hot right now. But moving up, 13 to 18 club, that's where we need to be. That's what we need to hold on to. And with a win today, the confidence coming, I think we're going to be okay. I really think we're going to be okay. And for me to be shutting down a post game with a smile on my face, yes, means one thing. We've won today. But it's more than that. It's more than the result. Remember, I say it's always more than results. The result is the result. But for me, the match is more than the result. It's us. It's you. It's the match. It's where we sit. It's the whole aspect of the club, how it's coming together, how it's hitting the level, how it's becoming a championship team, hitting that spot, not being dominated and looking bad. Yes, being dominated by pressure, but riding those waves and staying at that level. And then, like I say, staying in the match and bringing a chance where you execute in front of net and you get it over the line. And that's exactly what we've done today. It just leaves me with a big smile on my face to know that this club, Wrexham, is moving the right way. Signs are better than I hoped for 2 weeks ago. Because believe you me, a couple of weeks ago, the way things were looking, this was looking like a real uphill journey against the wind, no shoes, muddy floor. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's not raining, it's snowing. It looked bad. Now, all of a sudden, a few games later, things are looking good. In fact, my pick, things are looking better than I thought they would. And I'm still saying it's going to be a tough season. But right now, I'm leaving this match, pushing it behind, enjoying it, loving it, going to ride this for a week. But I see we are now hitting the level and we're going to be okay. And knowing that you're going to be okay is a nice feeling. The only thing that can hurt us is two things. Injuries, that we just saw two of, and suspensions. They're the only things that can hurt this club. Because what I see now, what you see now, and how we're operating, what Park is doing, you know we are there. So it's just a case of bringing it each time. Back into the chat. Let me have a swig. Calamity Jane says, hit the nail on the head, Stevie. Every year, very similar. Grim plays. The one match I'm really looking forwards to is the one where we play Birmingham. Time for vengeance. Yes. Yeah. You know, Birmingham lose today, didn't they? I'm sure they lost today. First loss of the season. October 3rd, Stoke at us. Birmingham's coming up. So that's in what? 1, 2, 3. That's in 5 games' time. Yes. QPR, Norwich, Derby, Leicester, and Birmingham. Leicester and Birmingham, games back-to-back. Very tough, very tough. It's going to be interesting what happens there. And then after that, Stoke City and Oxford. Lots of big games coming through. None are going to be easy. Yeah, Birmingham, vengeance. I remember Bielik. Do you remember Bielik? You must remember Bielik. He got the red card. He was getting a little bit handsy and being a little bit of a grump and a nasty. And he was pushing Andy Cannon around. And I think he was having a go at Paul Mullin. And he got a little physical. And the referee said, take a bath now. No, take a bath now. And he did. And he sent Bielik off. So the result was 3-1. Wrexham, and he sent Bielik off. So the result was 3-1. Wrexham scored first, remember. And the Tom Brady and the Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney chemistry was in there. The pre-game was fantastic. It was like Monday Night Football. The cameras were there. The lights were down low. Night game. Fantastic. I love night football. It's brilliant. Scene was set. Fantastic match. Lots riding on it. Yeah, Hollywood, both sides of the equation. And then Birmingham wins 3-1. Deservedly so. They were the better team on the day. But, yeah. Birmingham, vengeance. Definitely. Last time we played them, I believe we drew to a 1-1 at Stoke Keras. And Wrexham could have won that game and should have won that game. And Birmingham were pushed all the way. Chris Davies is doing a fantastic job at Birmingham. No doubt about it. But, boom, I tell you, man. Vengeance. I don't think I've shut down a show with a smile on my face as much as I have right now, guys. I'm not being a fool, but bloody hell, that game finished so well. The last 30 minutes were phenomenal. That's the kind of game you want to watch. And like I say, there's going to be many of them games this season that you've got to be sitting on the edge of your seat and you're going to be loving every minute. So, going to be shutting this down in 60 seconds probably. But boy, oh boy. End of the day. Millwall loses at home for the second time back-to-back. Wrexham win 2-0. Unbelievable. Going to the chat, Calamity Jana, I'd like to thank all the long-term Wrexham fans who experienced the hard times for accepting those of us who found Wrexham through the dock a few years ago. You know what? I'll tell you this much, and I know for a fact, because I've spoke about this with Wrexham fans in Wrexham, you don't need to look at it like that. You just need to look at it that you're saying you're supporting the same club. That's it. How you get to love Wrexham, the football club, and how you get to love Wrexham, the town, or Denbigh area, or Northern Wales, or places like Llandudno and Festiniog, Snowdon, anywhere around there, you get to know it because it's the real thing. Doesn't matter how. We're all one family. Wrexham is a really loving place, and if you support this club, it matters not where you got to know about it, how you found the love for it. You love the same thing. You're the same family. It matters not. It really matters not. And watching the video, though, or watching the show, that's good, though, because that puts money back into the club. So, like I say, it's a win-win-win. And people will love anybody that watches the show from around the world simply because it's exciting times to know that people anywhere around the world in different countries are watching and have fallen in love with Wrexham like they themselves did, like I myself did. Hey, there's no difference. We are not separated. We're literally glued together. Totally. So reading that again, I'd like to thank all long-term, and this comes from Calamity Jana, I'd like to thank all long-term Wrexham fans who experienced the hard times for accepting those of us who found Wrexham through the dock a few years ago. Grim plays. True, Calamity Jana, it's kind of disappointing. It's kind of disappointing times. Grim plays was talking about previous comment, not the last one. Sorry, types. yeah, no worries. Yes. And Calamity, got it, Grim, but thanks. Yes. Hey, no worries. Sorry about the miscommunication. Hey, you're in this family for a reason. Today, we all watched our club. We got to see them win on the road. It was phenomenal. It was a battle of attrition. It came alive after 58 minutes. We held our nerve. Millwall didn't score on us, although it could have happened. Danny Wood gets taken out. Was a coming together, not malicious. Arthur Okonkwo comes in, makes an absolute worldy save, got me shouting my face off, if not for the second goal. Big Diddy Scott, love you for that one too. I remember that too, because that second goal, I didn't scream at, because that was a bloody shocker. I'm like, it's in? It is in. Oh my life. It's 2-0. Holy shit. There you go. But Arthur Okonkwo comes up with the massive save, doesn't he? Absolutely phenomenal. That goes in. Millwall still has time on the clock to grab another goal. And you probably think it could happen. With the luck we had at the start of the season, it would have happened. But we ride our luck and we bring that win home. 15th in the league, replicating 1978. We're back where we were. 43 years later, we are back where we finished 43 years ago in 15th. How does that feel? No, really, how does that feel? Because for me, I feel like that is absolutely heavenly. I couldn't wish for more. And what we've come through and what we're about to go through, I'm filled with a lot of hope. But I want to thank everybody today for the brilliance in the chat. Absolutely brilliant in the chat. I loved every second of it, every second of you in the camera. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I really hope that you're not part of the 92% that watch something but never sign up. Subscribe to the family. Have a great weekend. Love to all.